Hey everybody, it's your pal Trandell. We are back in Once Human. This is definitely a new screen. So, they did an extended maintenance early this morning. They've done quite a few changes. You will now see this when you first log in. They have added brightness calibration to the game, so you can actually go in here, adjust the brightness to something that suits your preference, and you will also be able to touch it up in game too once you're in game. So this is one of the many options that were in the patch notes, and I figured let's go over them real fast. That way everybody knows all the hard work the developers have been putting into this game. And there's actually some really cool ones I wanted to touch on real fast. So let me just go ahead and apply that. Hopefully, pretty soon they'll start fixing the localization so we can actually read some of this text. All right, now while we're waiting for this to pop up, let's pull up our patch notes. So, some big ones that really caught my eye was the fact that it's a little bit vague, but apparently some of the memetics we can now unlock at an earlier stage. I don't know which ones. I'm hoping it's the electric stove because that was one of the suggestions I put in, and it honestly didn't make sense to have an item that you unlocked at tier 2, but it required materials from tier 3. So I'm kind of curious which magnetics they're talking about. A couple other things that they talked about that I also thought was a really solid and really good change was the fact that they've rebalanced the behaviors and stats of the drones, turrets, and the Rosetta mechanics. That was a huge power spike, and I'm guessing that they're talking possibly the ones at the Gaia Cliff, because man, those drones and those mechanics, they hit hard. And up until that point, there honestly wasn't much in the game that had such that that huge power spike just that came out of the blue. This might be game wide or it might be in that particular area. Again, we don't know. I'm guessing it's going to be in the Gaia Cliff section, because they did also mention down here that they rebalanced the stats of the level 10 to 14 enemies again in the Broken Delta, where the Gaia Cliff is. So that was also something that caught my eye that I thought was a really solid change. The other thing too is apparently they've increased the reward content and drop probability from when you do kill those morphic crates, the morphic fridges, what we consider mimics and stuff like that. So there's definitely some really good stuff in here, and they did a whole bunch of bug fixes too. You can look through the list and see, all the bug fixes and stuff like there. Let's take a quick look see real fast. I kind of want to see. Let's get rid of this. And let's see what memetics they might have been talking about. First thing I want to check is the stove. Nope, stove is still costing, steel ingots. That's super weird. The one thing they did mention, I believe they said that any ciphers already allocated to unlocking them will later be returned via the mail. So I'm curious. Let me check my mailbox. Ooh, I do have some mail. So let's see if that might be it. And I'm still curious exactly which ones. Yep, here we go. So it's 3 ciphers, but I don't know which ones it could have been. It has to be an earlier one because it's only 200 link currency. Um, so it's gotta be tier 2 or below. I'm just not 100% sure which ones it might have been. And what do we Oh, we got some goodies for the scheduled maintenance compensation. That's actually really nice of them. I wish they would have mentioned which memetics that they refunded. But yeah, it definitely has to be 2 or below because once you get to tier 3, yeah, it definitely starts costing way more than 200 energy links. Um for sure. So, but yeah, it's great that they are constantly taking a look at things, touching up on areas where a little bit extra care needed to be put into. Um, I'm still hopeful that they will eventually fix the electric stove because again, it does not make any sense having a tier 2 facilities item that requires tier 3 resources to create. That should definitely be a bronze ingot and not a steel ingot. So hopefully, eventually, they will switch that. Um, because as of right now, if you get this, you literally cannot unlock it until you defeat the Treant and get down to tier 3, um, which just honestly does not make any sense at all. But anyways, those are the patch notes. I will also link um, the URL for the patch notes so you can go ahead and look through all of them as well when you have the chance or if you want to. But I just thought I'd get that out there because there was some really, interesting stuff in there. Anyways, as always, everybody, I appreciate you all. Thank you, and take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Until next time, this is your pal Trandell signing out.